Hi, welcome back to another unboxing video. Today I'm very excited to open the box of Destinies Witchwood. As you'll see, this is the cover of the deluxe storage box. So it has Destinies Witchwood, which you can get as a single expansion, single box. But this is the actual deluxe storage box, which includes the expansion within the big box, within which you would be able, which I'm going to show on a separate video, to store all these boxes, including Witchwood, in one storage solution. Okay, this is the Destinies core game plus the expansions already released in the previous campaign. They will all go and fit in the Destinies deluxe storage big box, which will also contain the Witchwood expansion, which I'm going to show you now in this video, and we're going to follow up with a separate video to see how all the components fit within this box. So for those of you who don't know Destinies Witchwood, I had the pleasure to do the preview when it was crowdfunded back in the day. This is a game for 1 to 3 players, plays around 90 to 150 minutes, ages 14 and up, and the weight is 2 out of 5, designed by Karol Gorniak and published by Lucky Duck Games. It's a game which falls under the category of adventure games, exploration games, fantasy with miniatures, with main mechanism storytelling, role-playing, map addition, dice rolling, and solitary game. It's a fantastic system. I love Destinies, and I even loved more Destinies Witchwood, which is included in this storage solution. Destinies is a competitive story-driven game of adventure and exploration, mixing an app and a board game, so physical components and an application. It's a hybrid. It's one of the best in the genre, if not the best. Destinies Witchwood is a new expansion for the Destinies that adds new scenarios for players to explore. The world is filled with folklore-inspired characters, monsters, and adventurers. In each scenario, players will compete to fulfill either of their characters' 2 possible destinies. Players will develop their character skills, gather items, complete quests, and uncover thousands of words of rich narrative. Decisions that players make in the scenario can drastically change the world of characters that they find themselves in, and they can impact later scenarios. So, without further ado, let's see the big box storage solution. It's essentially a big crate, as you can see, which has art from the front side. So if you have a kallax or something, it will go in there, and you will see this beautiful, beautiful picture. So you pull the pin, nothing goes boom, don't worry. And then you have these nice drawers that you can squeeze or slide out, I should say better, and have all of the components. So I'm going to start with the bottom one, because it contains the contents of the expansion. In here we have a new rulebook for Destinies, and the good thing about this new rulebook is that it includes the rules of the core game, right? It combines all the rulebooks, I should say. So they're updated, if it is updated, I'm not sure, I don't know the differences, but the latest Destinies core rulebook. Then it has the Destinies Sea of Sand rulebook embedded, and the Destinies Witchwood rulebook embedded. So you don't need to keep all the other rulebooks, you just need one solution, which is this one. You also have the adversity module and the character trait modules included, and the rules for these are explained here. So everything in one fantastic solution. More importantly, there is a miniature reference, and I need to give Lucky Duck Games 2 thumbs up for this, because not many companies do that. Not only they've done a detailed focus on how and where to store all the minis on the game, both for the Witchwood, this is coming from the Witchwood expansion, but this is from the core game, for example. And also, I think, if I'm not mistaken, they have stickers, so you can put stickers so that you can not only see the picture, but also have number 65, for example, below this miniature, and you'll know automatically, fast and simple, where to store it. What a treat, really. Right, so, that being said, let's see the bottom tray, which is the one that includes the components for the expansion of Witchwood. Right, so as always, I'm going to show you first the map tiles. There's no spoiler here because it all comes from the scenario. Okay, so you're just going to see images. But the reason I'm doing that is because there are really nice images included in the Witchwood expansion. And you should see the preview which I made back in the day, which explains what the new rules are added. The art is fantastic, phenomenal. Really like the art. I loved the art for the demo scenario that I previewed back in the day when it was crowdfunded. But now I'm seeing also the rest of the maps tiles, and they're all equally nice. They all circle around the Witchwood and folklore of its of this forest, as you can see. Really nice details. Great job. Look at the lights, how they give this nice warm feeling in the dark of the black of the forest. As always, you have the identifier at the bottom right of the map tile, and they are not cards, but they are not, there's something like in between, not boards, not cards, so they're durable. That's what I'm trying to say. Really nice. The village, the fire, the pike fire, river sections, haunted forest sections, and cliffs. And as always, from the back side you have the fog of war effect, because you need to discover those areas in order to be able to explore them. Now, there are also areas here for this storage to fit all the map tiles from all the expansions on the core game. I'm not going to do that now. This is going to be a separate video to show you how everything fits once I've done it. Okay. There's some additional tiles here. With node in locations. Okay. Right. So let's see the cards quickly. We have the Destiny cards here, and again these are the ones added from Witchwood. I remember the Bride and the Brave from my preview, the Broken, the Prince, the Wanderer, and they have the two Destinies to choose, like always, all these Destiny cards. The Warrior, Vampire, Maiden, Mother, and the Crone. Right. So let's put them here for the moment, and let's see the rest of the cards. We have items like charms, red ribbons, mead, breadcrumbs, charred feather, golden apple, hagstone, sunflowers, summer worth, nightshade. There are multiple copies of several cards: confusing map, puzzling map, baffling map, perplexing map, mark of the sun, mark of the thunder, mark of the moon, a bronze sword, a broom, arrows, knives, cauldron, a toad, a rooster, a serpent, savage soul, iron tooth, evil eye, shard of wheel, enchanted mortar, a drum, fireflies, and so on. You get the idea. Next, additional cards. Now some of those may be from stretch goals, I don't know, I don't remember. I need to revisit the crowdfunding page, but more is always good. Fearless, the Fair, the Companion, the Traveler, the Fighter, the Wraith, the Revenant, Matriarch, the Hague. Really nice art. Cool. Then I like how all these fit in the, the card draw that they have here. This is nice and handy. So number cards. Just showing you a bit of the anatomy. Nice details around the card. Cool. And last but not least, we have this pack of cards. Reliable strength, perfect balance, level-headed, cunning approach, clear mind. There is a ton of these cards. If I'm not mistaken, these are the traits, but I'll have to double check to be sure on this. Okay. The accountant, the son, the acolyte, the mayor, the miner, and the mystic. And then we have these punch boards with the characteristic really thick cardboard for the tokens of the modules, if I'm not mistaken. Right. So as you can see, there is a draw section. That means the top drawers do not fall on the bottom when you pull out completely this one, because there is a middle section supporting them. So this is a really nice storage solution. I wish more companies were doing that, and they've put a lot of love in this one, and it shows. That's what I'm trying to say. The next drawer that comes out, I'm just taking it completely off, has a plastic cover, has numbered stickers. It was what I was referring to before, so that you can put them in the below the bases of the miniatures and then slot them here numerically, so you can find them both by the number here and by the number at the bottom, so when you store them back in. So amazing what they've done here, really, really nice. And let's see the miniatures. And this is one fantastic miniature, really. It's one of a kind. I think I love all the Destiny miniatures, but I think this is my favorite one. Look, I mean, it's like sometimes they say in images 1,000 words, then a mini is a million words. This mini in particular, it's like so rich. You see the hands coming out of the windows of the haunted house, which is walking supposedly across the forest. Wow, wow. The only difficult thing is to find out how to store it back correctly, because this is one. It has so many sides. I suppose it's like that. Yeah, there it goes. That's the next one, miniature number 73. They really had nice detail in the previous boxes, but I'm under the impression the level of detail on those on Witchwood is even better. Miniature number 74. Don't remember now the names, I'm just showing you the scalps. I like the fact that there are things in the base as well. Really, really nice miniature. Wow, spooky. I think this is a Brave, if I'm not mistaken. One of the heroes. Mid. Look at the wind. And the last one, I think this is from the stretch goals. I think it's the one called I don't know, now my memory fails me, but anyway, I think this is one from the exclusive ones or the additional ones that they were gifted in the campaign. Right, so this is a drawer that will have the minis of Witchwood, but in this big box storage solution they will also include the previous minis, both big and small, all of them essentially, everything from all of those games. Wow. Then pulling out the next drawer, and again here you have a plastic cover, so everything stays in its intended space. And again, this is numbered starting all the way from miniature number 1. And here are the extra ones from Witchwood, but I'm going to insert in all these loads all the miniatures of Destinies, obviously. Let's see the new ones, just to see the scalp of the remaining miniatures briefly. This was one of my, let's say, only concerns or issues I had with the core game, is that if you had more than a few miniatures out on your scenario, you were never really sure for some similar minis, okay, but here there are a lot of minis, right? And they are, I mean, this is much different than the one I just showed you before. But what I'm trying to say, it's easier to identify it by number, so, and sticker. So now you know exactly which ones to pull out, but also where to place them when you store the game back. This is fantastic. Look at the broom. Right. Ooh, that's nice. I really like Destinies, and I really hope that they're going to continue releasing expansions. It's a fantastic game, and if you have all the expansions and all the material, there is no way. I mean, I can go back and play my first scenario and I don't really remember anything because it's been a while since I played it. So what I'm trying to say is replayability is really there, which normally it's not in those type of games, which once you know the story you can know where exactly to go and what to get. Because if you have the expansions and all these new scenarios, that means that there is no way you remember what you did in your first scenario if you played it half a year or a few months even before, which is cool. And the fourth and last drawer is this one, which again is empty, but it's intended, take everything out, too many boxes, to store all the player boards here and all the cardboard, and there are 2 additional dice, right? Really nice. What they've done here, it's amazing. I really enjoy this solution. So there you have it. These are all the components of Witchwood in its big box storage solution. So I should say that maybe I should show you a side view of this tray, so it gives you a good understanding of how it looks. Yeah, this is really nice. And that's it for me. Till the next time, many thanks for watching. If you want to see how everything fits in the Storage Deluxe box, make sure to check out my dedicated separate video, which will show exactly that. Many thanks for watching.